Hello everyone and welcome back to the SteemTrail Gaming News. Today is the 6th March of 2018. My name is Kralizec and I will be your host for the evening. Today we got two stories for you guys. One of them is hilarious, interesting, and the other one is just a regular piece of news that we need to take a look at. First is about Inside's developers teaming up with a sex doll maker to create a collector's edition for the game. Yes, you heard me right, a sex doll. And secondly, our second piece of news today is that the representatives from ESA are going to meet with the representatives from the White House. But let's begin with the hilarious part. Let's begin with Indie's developer Playdead teaming up with Real Doll to make a collector's edition for their game. So, Inside, let's first talk about the game. It's a very good puzzle platformer. If you're into that, that's a good thing, and you should probably buy this. Real Doll, on the other hand, something most people will probably not be that knowledgeable about. And if you're one of them, honestly, that's probably a good thing, because as you probably noticed from the title of the video, they are makers of realistic sex dolls. Not something your average everyday consumer actually buys, at least in my opinion, and I hope. And they decided to cooperate and create a special, in some way, collector's edition for their game. So first of all, let's start with the fact that no, the title is somewhat clickbaity. I will come out and admit that the collector's edition will likely not have a real sex doll included, as I found during my doing research for this video. These dolls are fucking expensive. I mean, seriously. So these dolls start at $3,999, at essentially $4,000. Holy fuck, somebody actually goes out and buys a sex doll that is worth $4,000 freaking dollars? That's a price of a not great, but still decent secondhand car. What the fuck? Are people seriously buying these things? I guess they are, and I understand why they are probably so expensive. It isn't probably the easiest thing to make realistic sex dolls. But still, and because of the fact that these dolls are so freaking expensive, and the collector's edition is going to cost $375, it isn't a reasonable assumption to not expect a real doll. Man, their name is just awful. A real doll to be part of this collector's edition. On the other hand, when you go to I Am 8-Bit, which is the store where this collector's edition is being sold, there's a product listing that says, maybe it's what you're thinking, maybe not. So who the fuck knows? Can somebody buy this thing? I want to know what is inside. I really want to know. I'm genuinely interested and fascinated. And even if it's not a full doll, I hope it's like a body part or something that I don't even know what to say. I'm pretty sure I'm blushing at this point, even though I'm not the most innocent person myself, but seriously, who the fuck buys a game with most likely some sex equipment, some sex toys? Who? Why? I'm just completely baffled, and I love it. I love being surprised. I love when something is so hilarious that you just cannot stop smiling because of it, ideally laughing. And I really, 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 really want somebody to buy it and show it off on the internet so I can finally know what is actually inside. But most likely it is something fuckable. Yeah. For fuck's sakes. These are the news. This is my job. Now I report on sexual dolls as parts of collector's editions. Okay, let's move on to the second piece of news for today. Let's talk about the fact that ESA has confirmed that they will attend a White House meeting about violent video games. So this is a continuation of a story that happened last week. And well, it started with Donald Trump coming out claiming that video games, or more precisely, he claimed that some people were talking with him about violent video games, and he essentially conflated that with the fact that violent video games are causing violence in our youth. More specifically, in his case, in the American youth. And this statement was obviously following the sad shooting where 17 people died. But then something else happened. The White House came out and said they will be hosting a meeting with the highest of gaming representatives to talk about violent games. And then the highest executives of video games came out and said, what? How don't we know anything about this? So then the White House came out and said, yeah, we were just sending out invites and we told people about it before we send out the invites. Though I'm honestly not 100% sure that that's what happened. I'm just not convinced. I honestly think it was like somebody yeah, we should host a meeting. Somebody interpreted, yeah, we are hosting a meeting. Then it came out to the public, and then they were like, oh fuck, we actually need to host the meeting. So the meeting will be hosted. It will take place on Thursday. And oh, sorry about the sound. Yeah. But yeah, I think it's a meeting that might actually be more helpful than many people would give it credit for. Because I said this in this week's podcast, I do believe that Donald Trump is that sort of person who is more likely to listen to people than to read a giant stack of papers that will be like, oh yeah, so there are studies, here's the study, this proved this, that's proved that. I just don't believe Donald Trump is that sort of a person. He seems more, if I would say it like this, I think he's a really strong extrovert. And generally extroverts like talking to people, and that is the source of, well, our way of getting information, because I'm an extrovert as well. And the ESA just came out and they confirmed that they will be attending. More specifically, they came out and said this: video games are enjoyed around the world, and numerous authorities and reputable scientific studies have found no connection between games and real-life violence. Like all Americans, we are deeply concerned about the level of gun violence in the United States. Video games are plainly not the issue. Entertainment is distributed and consumed globally, but the US has an exponentially higher level of gun violence than any other nation. The upcoming meeting at the White House, which ESA will attend, will provide an opportunity to have a fact-based conversation about video game ratings, our industry's commitment to parents, and the tools we provide to make informed entertainment choices. So let's start by saying this. I do agree with, let's say, the first two thirds. I don't like the last third, the one that's talking about a meeting specifically, because it's just random bullshit put out by PR guys, and I honestly don't like that sort of dictionary. I think that's the proper word. But yeah, there have been plenty of studies saying no correlation between video game violence and real life violence exists. Sometimes they even came out and claimed that there's actually a negative correlation, meaning that if you play violent games, you're less violent in real life. And yes, the issue aren't violent video games. Oh god damn it, why is everybody sending me stuff today? The issue is the fact that the United States are so saturated with handguns and guns in general that mass shootings will just take place more often there than in the rest of the world. It's a sad fact. I'm not arguing pro-gun control. You should also understand that. I'm just claiming that if you have more guns than somebody, it is more likely a gun will be used. And with that being said, that's going to be it today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please consider giving us an upvote here on YouTube and subscribing to this channel. If you are watching this on Steam, maybe you want to give us an upvote there and follow our blog. Be sure to leave a comment. Tell me, would you buy a collector's edition that would include a real sex doll if it was priced at $4,000? For fuck's sakes. Or tell me, what do you think of the ESA meeting with the White House representatives? Also, be sure to tune in tomorrow for more gaming news, as we are a daily source of everyday news every single day. See you guys later with more gaming content.